In today's video, meet what whalers of old considered the Goldilocks of whales, and the largest creature living today. But first, let's get to know one unique but often overlooked cetacean. Number 10. The Bride's whale. Bride's whales are one of the most poorly understood baleen whale species. They are found in every ocean of the world. However, as they prefer waters of 16 degrees Celsius or more, they limit their travel to within tropical, subtropical, and warm temperate waters, the only species of baleen whale to do so. Some populations of bride whales take such a liking to an area that they are considered resident, while other populations migrate away from the equator in summer and back again in winter. They can grow to around 44 feet long and weigh around 42,000 pounds. As with the other large baleen whales, Bride's whales eat comparatively microscopic prey, most consisting of plankton, krill, and tiny crustaceans. They also feast on bigger crustaceans such as crabs and shrimps, as well as a variety of small schooling fish. They are slow swimmers, which is understandable given their size. However, they can be surprisingly nimble and can change direction rapidly both above and below water. The loners of the whale world, they spend most of their time alone, although they have also been observed feeding in groups. Number 9. The basking shark. The second largest shark in the world, with the largest one on record measuring in at over 40 feet, about the length of a school bus. And even more impressively, they can weigh in the range of 8,500 pounds. Like the whale shark, the basking shark is also a planktivorous shark, meaning they feed primarily on plankton and other such tiny creatures. The most noticeable feature of this shark is its mouth, which can open up to be 1 meter wide. Its conical body is covered by a mucus layer with a brown or grey skin on the back and a white belly. Its pectoral and dorsal fins are quite large as they can stretch up to 2 meters wide. The shark's squalene-rich liver is about 1/4 of its body weight and is crucial in helping the shark to float. While the basking shark inhabits all the oceans of the world, it is predominant in the temperate subpolar waters and the continental shelf. Its habitat is largely influenced by availability of food. During summer, it migrates to coastal areas to feed on copepods. However, as soon as winter sets in, it moves back to cold temperate waters. Number 8. The whale shark. Growing up to 65 feet long and weighing almost 14 tons, the whale shark is without a doubt the largest shark in the world and is the largest fish on the sea. Thriving in tropical seas, the whale sharks are found off the coasts of Australia, the Philippines, Bali, Indonesia, and other such breathtaking locations. They are characterized by a flattened head with a blunt snout, are grey in color with brown and white spots, as well as pale vertical and horizontal stripes with a white belly. Thankfully, the carnivorous whale shark is known as the gentle giant of the sea, as it is the most docile fish that feeds on plankton, tiny plants, and any fish which happen to be swimming at the wrong place and at the wrong time. The whale sharks scoop up their food with their gaping mouths as they swim close to the water's surface. A shark that's not to be feared, the whale shark is so friendly that they even allow swimmers to swim alongside or even hitch a ride. However, as harmless as they are, their massive size makes it possible for them to injure humans, however unintentional. Number 7. The right whale. Right whales are the rarest of all large whales and can be easily identified by enormous heads, which can measure up to 1/3 of their total body length. They are baleen whales, meaning they use a comb-like strainer of baleen plates and bristles to ensnare tiny morsels of food as they swim. Right whales feed on zooplankton and other tiny organisms, using baleens up to 8 feet long. These giants of the deep can grow up to 50 feet long and weigh 70 tons. Right whales were named by whalers who identified as the right whale to kill on a hunt. These leviathans had enormous value for their plentiful oil and baleen, which were used for corsets, buggy whips, and other contrivances. Because of their thick blubber, right whales also float accommodatingly after they've been killed. Populations of these whales were decimated during the whaling heydays of the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries, bringing the animal close to extinction. Fortunately, the whaling boom stopped and right whales have enjoyed complete international protection since 1949. Number 6. The ocean sunfish. The ocean sunfish holds the world record for being the largest bony fish species in the world, and that is despite it having no true tail. The biggest one ever recorded grew to over 10.82 feet from fin to fin, and weighed an astounding 2.7 tons. Having no tail makes the ocean sunfish truly weird looking, appearing more like a stingray that has learned to swim on its side. It also gets a bad rap and has been called the most useless fish in the world, mostly because of a Facebook rant that became viral. In various parts of the world, ocean sunfish have gained mythical status, and quite a few legends have been attributed to this ugly fish. Polynesians, such as indigenous people of Hawaii, believe that killing slender sunfish is bad luck. They believe that sunfish are makua, the king of the mackerel, and that by killing a sunfish, mackerel will not find their way to the fishing grounds that the Polynesians depend on. Number 5. The fin whale. Truly handsome individuals, fin whales have long, slender bodies that can grow up to a whopping 80 feet in length. With a distinct ridge running behind the dorsal fin, in the USA they have earned themselves the nickname Razorbacks and cut through the water with ease. Like other baleen whales, fin whales have expandable pleats that allow them to take in huge amounts of water and food. They then sieve the water out through their baleen plates before ingesting their delicious meal, consuming up to 2 tons of krill in a day. Fin whales can be found all over the world's oceans. Most at home in the deep open ocean, they prefer cooler waters and are rarely found in tropical waters. Like other large whales, fin whales are thought to migrate between feeding and breeding grounds. Relentlessly hunted for their oil, meat, and baleen, their numbers have been radically reduced by whalers. Though in the earlier days of whaling, they were often too fast to be caught by the whale boats. Number 4. The oarfish. Oarfish have the tendency to grow quite large. In fact, no one actually knows how big these fish can grow to. Currently, the largest oarfish ever found reached a mind-boggling 110 feet long, making it the longest bony fish on record. It was found dead, of course, and no oarfish as big as that or bigger has ever been found. The origin of the oarfish name is unknown, but may refer to the oar-shaped body or the long oar-like pelvic fins. Because of its long, thin shape, the oarfish is sometimes known as the ribbon fish. It is also commonly referred to as the king of herrings. They have a habit of floating near the surface of the water when they are sick or dying, and because of this, it is believed that the oarfish may be responsible for many of the legendary sightings of sea monsters and sea serpents by ancient mariners and beachgoers. Almost everything we know about oarfish has been learned from specimens that have washed ashore on beaches or have been accidentally caught by fishermen, and footage of a live one out in the wild is pretty rare, making any photo or footage quite invaluable. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Now here's a gigantic creature that many thought was just a legend, until scientists found it. Find out more about this amazing creature next. Number 3. The colossal squid. Sailors have been describing strange creatures for literally thousands of years, and while their descriptions range from the plausible all the way to wildly improbable, some descriptions have proven to be highly accurate in the past couple of decades. Sailors of old have described a monstrous sea creature with long tentacles that it used to capsize ships. But what these sailors were describing was most likely the colossal squid. These largest of the cephalopods can reach lengths of up to 33 feet and weigh in at 1,500 pounds. They have strong tentacles, which are filled with suction cups like other squid and octopus. But these nasty buggers feature large hooked claws, giving it a grabbing advantage over others of its kind. The first live specimen wasn't captured until 2007, but tales of the beast's mighty tentacles is probably what gave birth to the myth of the kraken, as they have washed up on beaches around the world throughout history. Number 2. The sperm whale. Sperm whales are the largest toothed predators of the sea. They can grow to almost 70 feet in length and may weigh up to 80 tons. Everything about them is gigantic, including their brains. And speaking of their brains, which incidentally are the largest on the planet, they weigh a whopping 20 pounds. They're known to be deep-sea divers too. They can reach depths of about 3,000 meters and feast on octopus, squid, cuttlefish, mollusks, and more. After 90 minutes of holding their breaths, cause they are air breathers after all, they return to the surface to breathe. Although they travel in pods with an average of 15 individuals, they are not immune to predators. The main one is humans, of course. In the 18th and 19th centuries, whaling was an industry. Fishermen would often go out and hunt them, selling their flesh, organs, and more. Today, however, they are more in danger from pollution. In fact, most sperm whale carcasses have been found with plastics in their digestive tract. Number 1. The blue whale. When it comes to sheer size and weight, no other creature comes close to the mighty blue whale. These magnificent marine mammals rule the oceans at up to 100 feet long and upwards of 200 tons, with the largest specimen recorded at 108 feet long. And like other whales that reach these mind-boggling dimensions, they live on a diet composed nearly exclusively of tiny shrimp-like animals called krill. But given the fact that the volume of food they consume will put epic mealtime to shame, one can definitely understand the reason behind their massive size. During certain times of the year, a single adult blue whale consumes about 4 tons of krill a day. Blue whales live in all the world's oceans, occasionally swimming in small groups but usually alone or in pairs. These huge but graceful swimmers cruise the ocean at more than 5 miles an hour, but can accelerate to more than 20 miles an hour when they are agitated. They are also among the loudest animals on the planet. They emit a series of pulses, groans, and moans. And it's thought that, in good conditions, blue whales can hear each other up to 1,000 miles away. See you guys next time.